Hi once again. As we discussed earlier in the previous video, we are solving general and multiple algebraic problems which involve solving inequalities, factorizing, as well as forming equations and solving them, whether they're linear equations or quadratic equations. If we look at the first question that we have in hands here, so we have an inequality, so we're going to take the first two sides of the inequality. So 9 is less than 3n plus 6, and we're going to solve it as a normal equation. So we're going to say minus 6 and minus 6 line. 9 minus 6 is 3 less than 3n, because the 6 and negative 6 are cancelled here. So we're going to get rid of the coefficient of n by dividing each side of the inequality by 3. So 3 over 3 is less than 3n over 3. And once again, 3 and 3 are going to be cancelled here. And 3 over 3 is 1 less than n. This is the first part. The second part, we're going to take the middle and the last of the inequality. So 3n plus 6 is less than or equal to 21. So we're going to solve it as if it's a normal equation. Minus 6 here and minus 6 here. So the plus 6 and minus 6 are going to be cancelled. 3n is going to come down, less than or equal to 21 minus 6. The answer will be 15. And then we're going to get rid of the coefficient of n by dividing each side of the inequality by 3. So 3n over 3 is less than or equal to 15 divided by 3. So the 3 and 3 are going to be cancelled, and n is less than or equal than 5. So how do we write it now? We write the n in the middle, greater than, less than or equal to. Here is the 5 and here is the 1. And we always present it on a number line. So this is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to place a circle at the 1. We're going to leave it empty or unshaded because there is no equal sign on this side. And it's 1 is less than n, which means n is greater than 1. So the arrow will go this way. And then we're going to place a circle at the 5. We're going to shade it because there is an equal on this side of an inequality. N is less than or equal to 5, so the arrow will go this way. And now our solving of the inequality is complete. Let's factorize the following expressions. 2x squared plus 10xy. We need to find the common factor. So it's 2x is gonna come out, and we open a bracket, and it's x because 2x times x will give us back 2x squared, plus 5y because 2x times 5y will give us 10xy again. And now it is completely factorized. 3a squared minus 12b squared, we're going to get out the common factor, so it will be 3. Open a bracket, and it will be here a squared because 3 times a squared will give us back 3a squared, minus 4b squared because 3 times 4b squared will give us back the 12b squared. Now we keep the 3, and we have here an a squared minus 4b squared. This is a squared expression. Subtracted from it another squared expression, and in this case we open two brackets with plus and minus. So the first bracket will take the addition sign and the second bracket will take the minus sign. And it will be here A, and 4b squared is 2b and 2b. And now it is completely factorized. We always check by expanding. So we keep the 3, for example, and let's expand the inside two brackets. So a times a is a squared. A times minus 2b, it's minus 2ab. Plus 2b times a, it's plus 2ab. Plus 2b times negative 2b, it will be negative 4b squared. Now, if you simplify, a squared will remain as itself because there is no like term. Minus 2b plus 2ab are going to cancel each other. And minus 4b squared is gonna be on its own like this. Now you insert the 3 into the brackets. So 3 times a squared, 3a squared. 3 times minus 4b squared, it will be minus 12b squared. And since we got the original expression by expanding, it means our factorizing is correct. Now, let's go to this part of the question. They're giving us a triangle here with a height of x and a base of x plus 7, and they gave us the area as 84 centimeters squared. And how we solve this problem, just a moment please, I just want to make more space. Okay, how do we solve this problem is as following. So we have again, sorry, a triangle, and they gave us the area, and they give us the area of the triangle as 84 centimeters squared. So we're going to say area of the triangle is equal to half times the base times the perpendicular height. And this is the expression for the height. And this is the expression for the base. And instead of the area of the triangle, I can replace it with 84 centimeters squared. It's given to me in the question. The half, I can write it as 0.5 times the base. Since it's an expression, always place it inside brackets. Times the height is an expression, so we can place it inside a bracket. So let's reorganize it here. So 84, it's basically 0.5x times x plus 17. Let's expand. So 84 equals 0.5x times x, it's 0.5x squared. 0.5 times 0.5x times 17, 0.5x times 17, it will give us 8.5x. Now, it is a quadratic equation. We need to make the left side equals to 0. So you're going to send the 84 to the other side by subtracting 84 from each side, right? And the 84 and the negative 84 are going to be cancelled here. So it will become a 0. 0.5x squared will remain as is. The middle term, 0.5 8.5 x will remain the same minus 84. Okay. So we need to make the coefficient of x squared as 1. So we're going to divide each side of the equation or each term by 0.5, by 0.5, by 0.5. So any 0 divided by any number, it will become a 0. 0.5 and 0.5 are going to be cancelled here, and x squared is going to come down, plus 8.5 divided by 0.5, the answer will be 17x minus 84 divided by 0.5, the answer will be 168. Let's look at the equation. Is it matching? X squared plus 17x minus 168, and that is the equation that they asked us to form. Now, they want us to actually factorize this equation and then to solve it. Just a moment, please. Okay, so let's do that. In order for us to factorize this equation, it's written as ax squared plus bx plus c. So how to factorize it? We open two brackets, one bracket. So we look at the last term, which is the c. If it's negative, then one bracket will take the addition sign in the middle, and the other one will take the subtraction sign. The first term is x squared, so xx. And then the 168, we're going to find all numbers that we multiply by each other and will give us that 168. So if we say 1 times 168, the answer is 168. 2 times 84, the answer is 168. 3 times 56, the answer is 168. And then 4 times 42, the answer is 168. And then 6 times 28, the answer is 168. And 7 times 24, the answer is 68. Which one are we going to stick to? This one. But why? Because 7 times 24, the answer is 168. And 24 minus 7, the answer is 17, which is the middle term. Okay? So 7 times 24 is 168, and 24 minus 7, the answer is 17, which is the middle term. Okay, shall I place the 24 here and the 7 here, or the 7 here and the 24 here? The sign of the middle term is positive, so the greater number will follow the sign of the middle term. So the correct answer is the 24 is after the addition, and the 7 is after the subtraction sign. Okay, now that we factorized, they want us to solve the equation. So we factorize this equation as x plus 24 times x minus 7. All this is equal to what? To 0. Let's solve it. So we're going to split here, and we're going to take the first bracket equals to 0, and then the second bracket equals to 0. And let's solve. Minus 24 in this side, minus 24 in this side. So x is equal to negative 24, and plus 7 on this side, plus 7 on this side. So x is equal to 7. And we found the value of x. Like I said, in a quadratic equation, we always have two values of x. So x is equal to negative 24, or x is equal to 7. Now, let's move to this question, which you are pretty much familiar with. It's just a linear equation where we can solve it. So it's 15 minus x over 2 is equal to 3x to 3 minus 2x. We're going to say 3 minus 2x over 1, and we're going to cross multiply. Let's start with 1 times 15 minus x. So anything times 1, it's going to remain as s, and then 2 times 3 minus 2x. So the denominator on the right side times the numerator on the left side, and the denominator on the left side times the numerator on the right side. And here it will be 15 minus x, and you're going to expand 2 times 3 and 2 times negative 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. Now, let's bring the x's to one side and the numbers to another side. So we're going to transfer this to this side, and we're going to transfer the minus 15 to this side. So the 15 is going to go to the other side. So what is left here? Minus x. And when we transfer the negative 4x to the left side, it will become plus 4x equals to, the 6 is originally there, so we're going to bring it down. And when we transfer the 15, it will be negative 15. So minus x plus 4x, it will be 3x equals to 6 minus 15, the answer is negative 9. So we're going to get rid of the coefficient of x, divide all by 3. Let's carry on here. So it will be 3x over 3 is equal to negative 9 over 3. So the 3's are going to cancel each other here. The x is on its own, and that's what we need. Negative 9 divided by 3, the answer is negative 3. And in order to check, if you want to check, I don't have enough place to be honest, but it will be 15 minus 3 over 2. Is it equal to 3 minus 2 times negative 3 over 1? So 15 minus 3, it's 15 plus 3 over 2, which is 9. So 15 plus 3, which is 18, divided by 2 is 9. 3 minus 2 times negative 3, the answer is 9. So which means that the value of x that we found is absolutely correct. Next. Okay. So I want to solve this one here. But I'm just trying to offer more space for us so that we are able to solve it. Okay. Sorry about this. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to our pen. So, and in order to solve, okay. So here Okay, let's get back to the pen. Let's erase this part. So I, as explained earlier, when they want you to solve a quadratic equation that is written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, and they're asking you for an answer that is correct to a certain degree of decimal places, then you need to use the formula. So in order for you to use the formula, you're going to identify the a, which is the coefficient of x squared, and in this case it's 2. And you need to identify b, which is the coefficient of x, which is in this case negative 5. And they need you to identify the c, which is in this case the negative 6. And then the formula states that x is equal to fraction line minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now we need to substitute. So x is equal to fraction line. So I'm going to put these in a different number, different color, sorry, so that you distinguish between what's in the formula and what's the substitution. So here, minus, this is part of my formula, and b is negative 5, then plus minus square root. B squared, we always put it inside a bracket, and it is negative 5 to the power of 2 minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 6. And remember, this is all under the square root and all over 2 times a, and a is 2. Now you need to insert this in the calculator, and you will find two values for x. Okay, so let's insert this in the calculator. One time as plus, so minus 5 plus square root of the squared inside bracket negative 5 minus 4 times 2 times negative 6. You go down with the arrow, 2 times 2, and then you go out, and you will end up with 3.386, and they said correct to 2 decimal places, so this is our second decimal. So it's 3.39, and this is rounded to 2 decimal places. Now let's insert this in the calculator with the minus. So minus 5 minus square root of squared inside bracket negative 5, and then minus 4 times 2 times negative 6 over 2 times 2. And then you're going to put the equal, and it will be negative 0.886, and this is my second decimal place, so the rounding is negative 0.89, and these are the values of x using the formula. And of course we use this formula in case that we cannot factorize, but it is also applicable on factorized quadratic equations, so it is always safe to use this method. Okay, and now let's move to this question here. Okay, oh God. Okay. Let's move to this question here. So, going to make more space. All right. So here we are going to okay. And I'm going to make more space for ourselves here so that we can finish this question without troubles. Okay. Okay. So let's get started with this question. Okay. So as you can see here, the diagram shows a square with a side of x plus 5 and a rectangle with two sides, x and 2x. The area of the square is, okay, I'm going to say here, let the area of the square equals to S. Let the area of the rectangle is equal to R. Let's translate this statement here. The area of the square is 1 centimeter squared than the area of the rectangle. So the area of the square is equal to area of the rectangle plus 1. Okay, let's find the area of the square. The area of the square is x plus 5 times x plus 5, right? Let's expand. X squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25. Let's simplify. X squared plus 10x plus 25. Let's now find the area of the rectangle. The two sides are x times 2x, and the answer will be 2x squared. Let's replace the area of the square and the area of the rectangle in the formula that we wrote up here. So the area of the square is x squared plus 10x plus 25 equals to the area of the rectangle is 2x squared plus 1. Now let's keep all the terms on one side. So we're going to send all these to the other side. Okay, and we're going to keep the left side as a 0. So 0 is equal to 2x squared plus 1. When we transfer, okay, let me make this more clear. So we're going to transfer the x squared to this side and the 10x to this side and the 25 to this side. Accordingly, the left term will become a 0 and 2x squared is originally there, plus 1 is originally there. When we transfer the x squared, it will become minus x squared. When we transfer the 10x, it will become minus 10x. And when we transfer the plus 25, it will become minus 25. The 0 will remain here. 2x squared minus x squared, which means 2 minus 1. We subtract the coefficients, so it will be x squared plus 1 minus 25. It will be minus 24. And the middle term is minus 10x. So we wrote it as ax squared plus bx plus c, and it is matching what is needed to be shown in the question. So we found the area of the square, and then we found the area of the rectangle, and they gave us a fact that the area of the square is 1 centimeter squared more than the area of the rectangle. And so we formed this equation here, and we transferred all the terms to one side, and we kept the other side of the equal as a 0, and we ended up with this equation. Now, they want us to find x. How do we find x? Basically, we write the equation as 0 is equal to x squared minus. So we write it as 0 is equal to x squared minus 10x minus 24, and we need to factorize it. So we open two brackets, and this is a negative, so one bracket will take the addition and the other one will take the subtraction. The first term is xx, and 24 is 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Okay. What else? 3 and 2. That's it, right? Okay. So why would we choose Why would we choose 2 times 12? Because 12 minus 2 will give us the 10, will give us the middle term. So 2 times 12 will give us the last term, which is 24, and the subtraction of the two numbers will give us the middle term. And shall we place the 12 here and the 2 here? Yes. Why? Because the sign of the middle term is negative and 12 is greater than 2, so it will go here. We always check on our expanding. I'm so sorry for this. Okay. And now, in order for us to solve this, what we need to do is after we factorize, we need to take the first bracket, x plus 2 is equal to 0. The second bracket, x minus 12 is equal to 0. And here you say plus 2 plus 2. So x will come down to 2 and x will come down to 12. Sorry, here it's plus, so x will be -2. I'm sorry about this. And here it's x minus 12 is equal to 0, so x will come down to 12. So x is either equal to -2 or x is equal to 12. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be honest to stop the recording here. So here it's x and here it's x equals to 12, x is equal to -2. I'm going to stop the recording here because I don't know, something is not really going as is supposed to, and it's keeping me slow as I'm solving this. Please watch this a couple of times, and always remember that understanding the wording of the word problem is basically your starting point. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you in the next video.